Hi, Facebook land. If we've never met before, my name is Chantel, and I'm going to start shuffling some cards here. I'm holding on. Actually, the Two of Clubs is my birth card. I'm going to start shuffling some cards here, so if you hear that sound, that's the sound that I have going on down in my lap. I know it takes a minute for Facebook to let people know that I am live. Just a moment. I'm going to turn down my heater. So I'm going to shuffle these cards. And I was inspired to come here and do a live and talk about the energy of the day. Today, if you are catching me live or sometime during the day, it's August 30th, 2022. If you're catching me on any other time, any other day, know that this message is for you. And that's the title of this live. So if you're called to this, if you're called to click and watch, whether again you're here with me live or on the replay, this message is for you. This morning I woke up and I could, something that I do every morning, I wake up and I feel the energy of the day. And by that, I just mean I sense my own emotions. I sense how I'm feeling. I sense the world around me. It's a practice. It's something that I teach in with my clients in different courses and series that I teach. But what I felt this morning was this huge shift in belief that so many more people are willing to know that they are allowed to have everything that they desire. And if you are a person who has believed that you can have love or you can have money, you can't have them both, then this message really is for you. Or if you're a person who believes that you're supposed to struggle in money, you're supposed to really kind of lose yourself, right? To give more of yourself in order to receive back. And this message is extra for you. So everything is energy, right? Literally everything is energy. From the sound of my voice to the device that you're watching this video on, to my coffee mug that's sitting on my desk, to like my hair, literally everything is energy. Everything is moving, everything is vibrating. And I'm talking about, like, this is science, but also science meets spirituality. That's how I teach. And so I'm going to keep shuffling the cards and I'm going to talk about the energy of today. It just is. Just universally, the energy of today is represented by the Nine of Hearts. So if you're here live, I'd love to know who you are if you want to comment down below or on the replay. I always love to know and I'll send you some extra love. So the Nine of Hearts is the energy for today. And the Nine of Hearts, I get emotional thinking about it. It's letting you know that you can have absolutely everything you desire, that you're right there at the edge, that you're there at the cusp. You've kind of walked out to the ledge and you're looking over the cliff and you can see everything that's below. You can see your destiny. You can see your soul's contract. You can see everything that you know you came here to Earth to experience. It's the Nine of Hearts. It's telling you if you love it, if you desire it, if you want to embody it, if you want to feel it, it's yours. You can have it. The 9 is the largest number that we have. Right? Start at 1, go up to 9. And so the 9 says, you've reached the end. This is the edge of the cliff. And then you have a choice. You can retreat. You can walk backwards. You can go back and you can experience the same things over and over and over again. Or you can take this to the next evolution. You can take this to the next higher. You can take this to your next calling. And in order to do that, there is some release that needs to happen. You need to open up the grip. You need to trust yourself. You need to trust the universe or source or God, the God of your knowing, and take the next step. And that next step is terrifying. Hey, Summer. That next step is terrifying because you pick up your foot and you go to take a step knowing that what is below is not the earth that you know. It's not that there's no more grounding underneath you, right? You're literally at the edge of the cliff. And so there's this moment where you just trust. You pick your foot up, you start to step forward, and you trust that where your foot's going to land, wherever it might be, is meant for you. And in order to trust, in order to make that step, there's some coherence that needs to happen between how you feel in your heart and in your mind. And this coherence needs to speak to one another. I'm reminded of when I was in Cabo last month. I took a picture because as I was walking forward on the beach, I was looking at how pristine the sand was, right? The tide comes in and it washes out. And I was looking in front of me and how pristine it was. And I was on a little bit of a slope. So when I turned back and I looked back behind me, I could see all of the footprints, right? All of the times that I had taken a step and then taken another step and taken another step. And I thought this is such a beautiful analogy to life, because so many people are wanting to create footprints. They're wanting to make an impact. They're wanting to move forward in life. They're wanting to experience something different. They're wanting to make a new, fresh footprint in the sand. But it's scary. And they don't see the steps. So they believe that if their partner doesn't agree with them, if their boss doesn't let them off work, if, all of these things that the belief that it's not meant for me, it's not meant to happen. And we can find all sorts of different reasons and excuses to talk ourselves out of going for our dreams. I'm going to start shuffling the cards now. So when you look backwards, there's the steps, right? But those that really get to experience love and money and get to have it all, they're the ones that are willing to step forward, to pick up their foot, to take a step, knowing that the grounding is not underneath them, knowing that when they take the step, they might land on something very unknown, but they're willing to take the step. And that's the energy of today. It's also an 8 mood energy. So when I talk about these numbers, I'm an advanced quantum numerologist. And these numbers that I'm speaking of is how we got the waterways, the road systems, geometry, algebra, literally everything comes from a vibrational mathematical sequence. That's what I'm talking about. It's how we got astrology. It's how we understand the calendar system. It is the playing cards, right? Playing cards. What better way than to hide the secrets to the universe than out in plain sight? So the card system that we know today originated from advanced quantum numerology. This is the book of life. So what I'm going to do is just ask you to feel into yourself. If you're again, catching this video either live or on the replay, and ask, have I told myself that I can have one or the other? I'm always striving for one or the other. I'm thinking that, I've got a great career, but my love is, I know I love this sound too, but my love life is suffering, or my love life is doing amazing, but the relationship that I have with my friendships are suffering. Whatever it is, if you've ever thought that you can have this but not that, that's the energy of the 9. And it's really asking you to let go of the things that really do not serve you. So standing at that edge of the cliff and debating if you're going to go for it does not serve you. Taking a step back and working backwards in your life does not serve you. Now, the thing is, because everything is energy and everything is always moving, if you don't take those steps in the next, we'll say 15 hours here, if you're in the Western US, then we move into a different pattern. And so tomorrow's energy brings in the 8 of hearts, and that just amplifies where you're at. So if you're someone who feels like I can feel that physically in my back, right? So like all of these physical manifestations that show up, or if you're wondering like, why is this the same shit, different day? This is why. So just ask yourself, where is it that I'm really wanting to take a leap? Where is it that I'm wanting to explore something more? Now I'm going to do an intuitive card pull for the collective. I'm going to do one card, and that will be the action for everyone. Again, if this message is for you, if you're hearing it. And I'm going to do a result card as well. These, just like today is the Nine of Hearts, they're just, they just are because they are. It's just the way, it's just the universal energies of today. So I'm going to do one universal card pull. That will be the action for the collective. This is your action. Here it is. Ooh, the Three of Clubs. Okay. So your action for today, if you're hearing this message, in order to release the old and step into the next beautiful love story. So the love story always starts with you falling in love with yourself in order to call in the friendships and the relationships and the money. The twin card to the Nine of Hearts is the Seven of Diamonds, which is financial wealth. It's known as the Millionaire's card. And they kind of, it's like two sides to the same coin. They go together. So your action, the Three of Clubs, is asking you to journal, to write, to get out a pen and paper, and to just start writing. Just allow yourself to even scribble and see what comes through, see what kind of messages come through. It's a really highly intuitive card. So the 3 is an amplification. It can be a mental spin on the lower side. On the higher side, you're just writing and you're producing and you're getting all of these emotions out of you. So in order to feel the high side of the Nine of Hearts and to know that you get to have this massive love story with yourself and then with others as well, and the finances, and really live to your life's potential, allow yourself, the 3 of Clubs, allow yourself to do the things you may feel like a little inconvenienced by. I'm laughing because this is what I'm thinking. I'm not a journaler. I use my voice. And so I would do like a Voxer to myself, but like, this is the clear message that I'm getting downloaded right now, is to journal, to write, put pen to paper, even if it's just a scribble, and allow whatever is going to come through. Just allow yourself that. Just set an alarm 3 minutes and just write and see what comes out. The 3 of Clubs is, it's a mental card energy. It's a mental energy that's saying you can have it all. You can have the career, right? The 3 is also the universal law of love. When you do that, the Ace of Spades. Okay. So the Ace of Spades is, if you've ever seen a deck of cards, a traditional deck of cards, the Ace of Spades is on the front of the deck. And there's a reason why. The Ace of Spades is also my karmic card. The Ace of Spades says, in order to birth, in order to experience everything that you want to experience, you must trust death. And I had this image earlier today of, again, the cocoon, the caterpillar in the cocoon and breaking out. And it's this moment, this is the Ace of Spades. It's, there's nothing to fear is really the message of the Ace of Spades, that there's always a cyclical pattern. And that's the 9. It's the death and the rebirth of something greater, something so much brighter and bolder and waiting for you on the other side. The Ace of Spades is the line in the sand, so to speak, of on this side is your old, on this side is your new, on this side is what feels like it's holding you back. And on this side is everything that you're desiring. And so are you willing to cross over? The Ace of Spades is a very thin veil. And so what you get, because that's the result card, is you get to clear those karmas. You get to clear the karmas of your fears and of your past self. And you get to break out of the shell quite literally. And so the image that I had just before I went live was that moment when a caterpillar knows that there's no going back, right? The shell starts to break and it knows it's a butterfly, but its wings are held really tight by its sides. So like, just feel this in for you. When you know you're meant for more, you can feel the wings. You can feel that you are meant to be a butterfly and to fly and to have this higher, broader perspective and to no longer effort on the ground. And so there's this moment where the cocoon starts to break, and it can be very painful. And allow yourself to continue to move through that pain. Allow yourself to continue to break the cocoon in order to allow the wings to open and expand and to take flight. And I think so many humans right now are in that moment of the cocoon, feeling like it's broken, it's breaking. And I know I can no longer be this caterpillar. I can no longer be held in this box of, or in this space of this relationship, this career, this home, this body, all of these things. And so allow yourself to continue to break the shell, to feel the cracks in the system, and to take that step that feels like, okay, as soon as I do, I can take a deep breath, I can spread my wings and I can fly and I can take this perspective. And so, yeah, that must have been why I got that image of this beautiful cocoon, knowing, right? There's that knowing, is this inner knowing that I'm meant for more. And so, your action, if you take anything from this message today, it's to really allow yourself to break the shell, go journal, go do something a little bit out of the ordinary, right? That 3 of clubs is a communication card. So allow yourself to communicate, allow yourself to journal, allow yourself to do something that feels like, maybe a writer, for those writers that are writing anything, books, podcasts, like all of the things. Allow yourself to just kind of journal on what it is that you desire. Oh, that's it. Okay, I've been feeling like this pain between my shoulder blades. That's what it is. So when you journal on what it is that you're calling into your life. So just write out a massive list of like X, Y, and Z, A, B, C, right? I want a career where I feel like I'm making impact, where I feel like I'm fulfilled, where I feel like I'm making such an interweb of connections. All right. Hey, Ashley. With that, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye for now. And I would love to know if you want to tag someone in this comment or in this post, and let them hear this message as well, or let me know how it resonated for you. Have an amazing day, everyone. Fly.